most valuable commodity I know is information. Wouldn't you agree?
All right, guys, back again. Just here working on an experiment. Working on some devices I've been putting together for quite a while now, at least a week. Had the idea it uses, what this is an alcohol stove, or a multi-fuel stove is what I'm working towards. I wanted this to be able to run on oil, alcohol, a multitude of fuels, and I think I can do it. It's using the same technology that I've been working on with the forced induction. So these are camp stoves made out of recycled oil or fuel filters, and I figure that's a cheap place to start. It's a perfect, really, container. This one, the bigger one, I'm actually going to make it so it can run on wood as well. That's an eventual experiment further down the road. But for now, what we're working with is these. I've read on the forums that a lot of guys who run alcohol stoves, they run it on heat. The yellow heat I found is the preferred, but some people use the red heat. I could use my Everclear 195, but that's kind of expensive. So I'm just going to stick with these bottles of heat for now. But I will test the Everclear later on. I got lamp oil, kerosene, I got white gas, I've got pretty much any fuel you could imagine I have, and I will test. Yeah, and I also, what I'm waiting on is some wicking material to put up in near the top. It's a mat made for plumbers for welding. They call it carbon mat, and it's supposedly it makes an awesome wick. I saw it here on YouTube. Some guy basically said it's a forever wick. So I'm waiting to get that. I do have some rock wool or Roxol brand, and I heard you can use the rock wool, but I just don't want to use pressurized air with rock wool. It's volcanic glass, expanded volcanic glass. So yeah, that's nasty. So I'll just wait for this carbon welding mat to get here, and I'll use that. But for now, tonight, let's get to the main event. So we're just gonna fire it up. You know what I always say. Let's open up this bottle of heat real quick, one-handed. How we do. So this has never been ran or tried. So I'm just gonna pour some into here. As you can see, there's a little tube going into the side, and fill it until it's just barely visible here. Oop, might have added a little bit much. So it appears for now the level's about halfway up, but it is going to soak in. There's paper inside of these filters. It's a little rusty because it was sitting outside. I don't think that matters. Of course it doesn't. But yeah, I can see it is soaking in a little bit, but I'd say it's still about halfway up. Let me turn my hat lights on there. Okay, so you can see it there. Now it's in. I wonder, out of curiosity, get my trusty torch out here. It's probably for safety. I'm gonna keep that end down here. And let's get a little bit of fire going here. Well, that's not safe, but that's what my carbon dioxide and my chemical fire extinguisher are for. It's good. I tested them. Let's see if we get a flame. Okay, it is lit. All right. Damn it. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I just had to turn the torch off. It was getting a little wild on me, but it is lit. I haven't fired up, so what you'll see is this is connected by this hose to a little air pump that plugs into USB. So let's go ahead, try to do that one-handed before the fire goes out here. Alright, so that's lit. So you're getting that whooshing, and that's why I'm getting that wick, kind of prevent this little whooshing effect I've noticed. I'm wondering if that'll go away. That's just what I've been noticing. It kind of whooshes. No, it's not terrible. I'm hoping as it goes for a while, it'll really start ripping. Let's just let it go. Crazy thing about alcohol is it's like a nearly invisible flame. Maybe once this steel starts to heat up, let's see where we're at as far as temperature wise. So it looks like, where's my laser? Turn my laser on, there we go. See down into there, that's kind of cool. The laser looks cool in there. You can see the fumes. See it boiling around, bubbling. Okay, so the top edge, we're getting around 200 in spots. So I'm thinking that'll start to vaporize the alcohol once it warms up. So let's just keep lighting again. It's going pretty good. Let's live dangerously. I'll set you over here. So here's my other controller. This is a different type of pump. I have two of those if I need to add two. But for now we're just gonna rock and roll this setup. And what we have here, I just have, it's a air stone, and I use the 2000 degree stuff to seal that tube onto the air stone. So we got 2000 degree cement on there, and we got a little bit bigger pump. This is the one that's going to eventually run off wood and any liquid fuel. That's the goal. But because I'm going to make a little lid with the wick in it. But all right, we're back after a while. It's been running for like 10-15 minutes. Just getting some stuff ready. They got what? Got a consistent, constant flame, but it's still doing the whoosh. It is a consistent flame. I haven't had to relight it at all, which is cool. You wouldn't think it would. It's getting plenty of oxygen to burn. But it's not like a small heating fire. But it's a lot of heat. I can feel it coming out over the top. You definitely cook with that. So I am providing enough air. These pumps are awesome. They're like $2, and they do build pressure. They'll actually blow that hose up like a balloon if you plug it. So they're exactly what I was looking for. And the whole idea of this is a camping stove that you can run off a solar-powered battery bank. Something similar to this. This one's not solar, but you get the idea. For camping purposes, you'd want a solar one so you could recharge it. And it wouldn't work without it. That'd be the one drawback, but it's powered, so that's one of the positives. Is you don't have to rely on natural ventilation. You get instant lighting because you got instant airflow. You don't got to worry about convection or preheating. It just fires right up. So that's the benefits, and it's powered, so it's going to be more intense of a flame. And once I get that wick material, I have a feeling that's going to work much better. So now we're going to pour some alcohol in here. Let's get a baseline temp. We're about 50 degrees. Haven't been running the diesel heater since the middle of the day, so it's still warm in here though, believe it or not. It's got to be the mid 50s. All right, we're going to pour all of this heat in here. So I want that air stone to be underneath the alcohol, so I'll just pour it all in. Come over there for the time being, show that flame strong and consistent. And yeah, it doesn't look like that alcohol is covering that stone, so we're going to add the other alcohol in a minute. I'll be right back with you. Alright, we're back. The other one's fired up. We're going to fire this one up now. Torch going. Oh yeah, it's lit instant. Okay. Instant lighting. Well, because it's alcohol, that's to be expected, I suppose. Let's give her a little air. Let's go. That poofed when it first came on. So we'll just give it, I'll give it what the USB is putting out, 5 volts. And we're getting the whooshing now. And that's actually cooking worthy. Oh, there's the whooshing. That's why we need the wick. We're getting a fairly substantial flame here, but it's definitely bigger with the air stone. You can see it down in there bubbling. Whoa! We don't get an explosion. It's a little dangerous, so let's see what happens. We're gonna go to 6 volts. Go 8 volts. Got almost 8 volts. 9 volts. 12 volts. That's the maximum for that pump. Don't draw much. Probably 10 watts, but certainly vibrating here a lot. Alright, we're going to go back down to 5 volts because that's getting a little scary there. Woo-wee! Explosions! Getting there, woof. Okay, so this is 5 volts. We just need the wick to get some consistent burn so there's not a flashback effect going on, because that's all that's happening. Like, this is consistent burn now. Blow itself out. Yep. That's kind of crazy. This one blew itself out. Well, this one just stayed lit. Alright, well, I'm officially call that experiment over, so you get the idea. We're just trying to make an alcohol stove. If everything fails, make a wood stove. This is definitely I could cook on for long term. This holds a lot of fuel. The entire bottle and a quarter of heat in there. And it's, you can see down in there, it's boiling pretty good, making lots of fumage. That would light right up. But let's just turn it off. We'll put a cover on that to keep that alcohol. Same with that. Maybe we'll a little more temperature to the top. Oh yeah. So that top is sitting around. I mean, it hasn't burned the paint off or anything. It hasn't melted that little silicone tube there on the end. So that's this pretty nice little flame. Probably cook on that. Maybe I would need 2 air pumps for high and low. But anyway, we'll talk more later. If you like this kind of stuff, keep watching. You know, this is just miniature internal combustion reactors, which I have 10 prototypes of, and those work great. I'm just working out the kinks and the flaws of this system, but I'm going to try to get it together and make a nice little camping stove setup out of this. Let me know what you think down in the bleep bloops. Thank you. Have a good night.